Well, hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry, and today I'm doing a much requested dog food recipe. So this is just a recipe that I do for our boys, and it's one of them. And this is really a great way to change your dogs over. We have very little shedding going on now compared to what we had before. No stinky poops, everything is normal. And they're not gassy. It's been really good for them. And I'm using wholesome ingredients that either I've sourced, sometimes they're fresh. This apple is from our tree. And the other stuff today, now I'm not picking my carrots yet for this kind of consumption, and I'm kind of greedy about my homegrown carrots, but I always have Thrive carrots on hand. Part of, well, and it is September, preparedness, yes, you should be preparing for your animals too. So I always keep extra peas, carrots, green beans from Thrive on hand. And obviously you don't have to use this for your dog food, but I am today. We are canning green beans. I'll have them for later use if I need them. But this is how I'm doing it today. You can always use fresh or canned, however it's easiest for you. They're still getting really good, wholesome ingredients. So in my pan, and I already started, and I went, oh, you know, I should be taping this. So I have 2 tablespoons of olive oil, good olive oil. You can use a fish oil if you want, but olive oil for their healthy coat, all that. And I'm gonna turn the burner on. There's a pound of ground turkey, and that's 85% fat. I don't worry about that. I've got, how much is in here? We've got 1.26 pounds of gizzards. This week they're gonna get gizzards, and I'm gonna cut these up on a cutting board before I throw them in there. And a can of chicken breast from 2021 that I canned. You want the portion wheel to look like 2/3 protein to 1/3 vegetable and 1/3 starch. And my starch today is white rice. You can use brown rice, you can use lentils. I think the lentils, next time I use that, because I did a lentil recipe for them, next time I do it, I'm gonna cut back on the lentils, cut them in half. I think they're kind of, they're heavy, and they didn't really have issues with it. It was just a heavier kind of a dog food. So I've got peas, carrots, apple, and pumpkin, and then of course green beans. And all the freeze-dried veggies are right here. They're from Thrive. A can of pumpkin, and that helps with their digestion, keeps them regular. It's super good for them. They're getting all kinds of nutrients from that pumpkin. That is wonderful. And then I'm going to be adding rosemary and thyme, turmeric, and pepper. Not a lot of pepper, but the pepper activates the curcumin, I think, is the active ingredient that is healthy for their joints. So we want to get on that. So while this turkey is browning, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up all these chicken gizzards. And if you didn't have chicken gizzards, you could do chicken hearts. The last recipe I did for them, I will repeat it for you guys. They absolutely devoured it. Could not wait to have dinner or breakfast. And I feed the boys twice a day, 12 hours apart, so they were ready for dinner. And of course I've got water back here to cook the whole thing. So let me get the gizzards cut up, and I'll be back to show you the rest. I am back, and here are the chicken gizzards. Chopped them all up, and that was, like I said, it was a little over a pound. But you know, they have that diaper in there, so who knows what you're really getting. So, bane of my existence. And I'm going to set it over to get a good wash. I am going to, just so you can hear me better, I'm going to go get a microphone. Can you hear me now? Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. It's hard for me to remember to put the microphone on. So you don't really need to brown the gizzards per se. I'm going to bring you in close and let you get a good look at what's going on. Okay, so this is what we've got. We've got ground turkey, and I've got my gizzards in there. That's the ground turkey, but you know, the chopped up gizzards, and it gives them, they need the organ meat. So I try to do either gizzards or hearts. I do beef heart, beef liver. In fact, I'm probably going to put a little bit of beef liver. I buy freeze-dried beef liver at Costco. But this is a fair amount of meat, and we're not even done. We're still going with the chicken theme. So maybe this time I'll leave the beef liver out. But the home canned chicken, it helps me rotate through, and I always keep you know, some on hand for them. So not all of it's for us. So in the broth goes, gotta have that. And then I'll break that chicken apart here with a fork. Let me toss this lid away, and then we'll get some of that chicken. This chicken is going to break up on its own as I mix, but this is basically another pound of chicken. So, and then, and this was raw packed chicken. So good. So delicious. Chicken breast. And that's all that's in there is chicken breast. And I do can mine with broth because I don't like it, the meat being outside the liquid. I know you don't have to do that, but I certainly do. It makes me feel better about all the things I'm doing. So we have a nice load of meat. And this is, I'm making a batch that will feed our puppies for a week. And I'll try to put at the end here, I'll try to add up how much that cost me, because it really was pretty reasonable. I will add it up though, and we'll give you a price check. Now the vegetables are going to vary, honestly. So I'm going to go ahead and put my spices in right now. I use a tablespoon of oregano. Oregano helps keep fleas away, and I use dried oregano. Fleas off your dogs. It's good for them, obviously in the correct amounts. Thyme is very good for them. It also makes whatever you're doing smell like human food, which literally we get, by the time this is done, we're like, I think I need to taste it. And then I just want a little bit of turmeric, because you can get too much in there. So like a quarter of a teaspoon of turmeric. And then I'll get my black pepper, because the black pepper activates it, and literally half a teaspoon. Not enough. I don't put any salt in here. There's actually sodium in most stuff already. The dogs do not need it. So I don't want to add, it's not necessarily a good ingredient for them. And then, now that we've got our spices and all of our meats in there, we're going to start adding, oh, and I should measure this. Let's do a measure on it. Ooh, and we have fresh green beans over here. My sweet husband is cutting or getting green beans ready for canning tomorrow, and we're culling the group. So I'm going to grab these fresh ones. That they have some pods, you know, that are kind of swollen that I probably won't can. So we'll just cut those up into small chunks. That'll add to them. It's very good for them. They get that fiber, they get all the vitamins from it, and these are organic. I don't, oops, man down. Okay, we'll put those green beans in there, and those can go in. Whoops, I keep throwing them everywhere. Okay, let's see if I can snag that one. I got one, and one's over here. Okay, I think I did it. All right. And now I'm going to add, oh, I was going to measure for you guys so we know exactly how much, or try. So this is a, what is this? A half a cup. So half, we're looking at 3/4 of a cup of carrots, 3/4 of a cup of peas, 3/4 of a cup of green beans. We already put probably the 1/4 of a cup. We'll do a heaping half a cup of freeze-dried green beans. And we've got a good 3/4 of a cup of apple diced up. And that's optional. You could use, typically I put blueberries or blackberries. You can put apricots. All that fruit is really good. The boys get a dehydrated apricot every day for the probiotics, and they love them. So, okay, and now the can of pumpkin, and it will turn your stuff a little orange, but it's so good for them, and they love it. So, do it. Okay, and this is going to simmer at a low simmer for till the rice is cooked, and then it's done. All right, so that's off the table. We're going to add 1 cup of rice, whether it's brown rice. Like I said, I think a couple of times I've added too much. So, and then we're going to, oh, I guess I should have given that measurement, but it was 6 cups of water. We're going to start with 4 and find out where we're at, because that rice is going to soak up a lot of that. So are the freeze-dried vegetables. So, yum. Get that all mixed in, and we're going to let this simmer. And if I have to add the rest of this water, I will let you know. Okay, so this cooked down about, oh gosh, a good, I would say 40 minutes, so past the time of the rice, because the gizzards, you want them done. And we want a good kind of a dog food consistency, moist without, and we've got to let this cool down. I put it in one of my Cambro containers. Usually it's right above 3 quarts. That's typically what they go through in a week right now. They still are getting a cup of kibble in the morning put down, and they have it gone by the end of the day. So between 2 of them, they're eating a cup. Is it a cup or half cup? Cup? Half cup. So a half cup. So really they're only getting a little bit of kibble just to get them off of that. So, and then the rest of it is this. Their weight is good. Their hair coat's good. Their breath is good. Everything is wonderful. And we already gave them a little, maybe a teaspoon of this to see if they liked it, and they loved it. And we tasted it. I'm not going to lie. We tasted it to make sure the rice is done when it got to that point. And it tastes like something I would put in a casserole, or that somebody would put in a casserole. So I hope this inspires you to maybe start making your own dog food. It's healthy. You do want to balance that a little bit. Like I said, 2/3 being the protein part for them, a good healthy protein, including organ meat and of some sort. And like today it's the gizzards, it could be chicken heart, it could be the freeze-dried liver, or you can buy fresh liver or frozen liver if you'd like, or kidneys, whatever you can get from your butcher. Actually, I like the freeze-dried liver because it stays in chunks. It gives them something to chew on, you know. It's not just all mash like dog food, canned dog food mash. It actually has some texture to it. And we did add a few more green beans as we were cutting green beans for our canning session tomorrow. The green beans are in the sink. As you can see, it's a big bowl. So I'm going to put this in here. When it cools all the way down, it'll go in the fridge, and that will be for them all week. So I hope this inspires you to make your own if you can. And I'll bring you along. If you're interested, leave me a comment in the comment section. If you're interested in the other recipes that I do for them, I will happily bring you along for that. All right. Bye. Okay, so we had to put the actual TREATs away so Dobby would get started, but Bob's already finished his. As you can see, Dobby loves it. So does Bob. It's ring around the... Did you like that? Yes. So they get about 1/3 of a cup of the dog food in the morning and in the evening. Yes, and it's I put a little bit of water on it, just a tablespoon or so, and then heat it in the microwave for 30 seconds just to take the chill off the refrigerator. And that's homemade dog food. Like, they love it. How about, he said, my bowl is empty. Dobby, is that good? You might have to carry it away to work on it. And then they get a half a cup of kibble in the morning to work on during the day. And you can see they're both healthy and just beautiful. There he goes. Trust me when I tell you, these boys are doing so good on this homemade dog food.